Certainly was a big story last week when we learned about the Princess of Wales as she shared with her children first and then us that as she is undergoing treatment for cancer. Look at us thinking about how hard that discussion can be, how hard it would be for any parent to have with their children.
So we want to talk to our 9 News parenting expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, to join us about how to even start that conversation. I think when you watch that video of her, it pulled on the heartstrings the second she mentioned her kids, because the whole world, were demanding answers, but like she had some important conversations to have with her own children.
Yes, I think it completely changed the talk and the narrative around it as soon as it was like, yes, this makes sense. So I'll say there are tips and guidelines that I'll share. I've worked with many families who've been in a situation where they have to do this, and so I've done this alongside, but there isn't a hard and fast rule, right? Every family has different circumstances. But in general, you want to start off first with being prepared, meaning you want to think about when you're going to talk to the kids, and is there uninterrupted time, and what exactly are you going to say? And sometimes I actually have parents practice it because it's emotional. You get in the moment and then you don't even remember what you said you were going to say.
Well, yeah, I think about it, let's presume it's a mom, but it could be anyone, is that you are a human being with emotions that are probably, brought out to the fullest by having to tell your children this. But each of them are different too, in the way they receive it, the age at which they receive it. I think it may be hard to find a broad brush to do this, but I imagine there are some things, honesty, openness, if that's within you, that's probably a good way to go.
It is a good way to go. What I find is that parents oftentimes want to hide their own feelings and emotions. Yeah, you want to protect the kids. It's like you're not thinking about yourself in the moment. It's how can I say this without making them scared and fearful? And so parents a lot of times want to really hold back their emotion. But just remember, your kids, almost no matter the age, they're really attuned to their parents. They'll know if you're trying to really hold back emotion, they'll know, they'll almost think,
that'll be more scary.
I think it's worse than they're telling me, because, so I always say it's okay to feel feelings. It's okay to cry if that's what you want to do, or even to say something like, yeah, I'm kind of scared too. And then there's the next part, which is, and it was like beautiful the way Princess Kate said it, which was, I'm working on doing all the right things to heal my spirits and my body and going to the right doctors. And then, then that's when you get into the next part, which is sort of like the planning part, the logistics in terms of my routine might look a little bit different. I'm going to try to keep your routine as consistent as possible. But hey, there might be times where I might be out for days where I would normally be there. So preparing them for what is about to happen and change is also an important part, because kids thrive so much off of routine. Yeah. So that's another big part. And then, there's also just that last part, which is how can we as a family be really honest and open with each other? And what that requires is ongoing conversations. Sometimes the first time you lay this conversation out, they're in shock. They're just staring at you like, I don't even comprehend what you're saying. So just know it's not a one and done. This is a repeated conversation. This might be a touch base at night, could be in the middle of the day. They could call you from school. Teachers do that sometimes and say they're really upset right now.
Sure.
And so you just don't know when that's gonna happen. So just keep the conversation going and know that their emotions are gonna ride a wave, yours are gonna as well. And letting them know there's people you can talk to, whether that's professional, whether that's family, that's friends. That's another big one, is to tell them cancer is not contagious, because sometimes depending on the age of the kid, they worry about things like that. You didn't cause this. That's another really important one. And then tell them it's okay to tell, and then whoever you think it's okay to tell, your friends, our neighbors, those things they need that permission.
Yeah, their processing will evolve as well as it take them a while to digest it. And sadly, I'm sure from age 7 and above, they too, like all of us, will Google everything. That may be terrifying.
That's a big one too, to just say to them, if you've got questions, please don't Google it. There's things out there that are wrong, they're not right. Come to me, and that's where trust is really important.
Sure.
I promise that I will give you the right answer, and if I don't have it, I will find it for you. But just don't go with that curiosity, because you just don't know where that's going to lead, and then you've got a kid who's really scared or read something.
Yeah, it's a scary place. When we, WebMD something, like, it's terrifying for adults, so that's some good advice to throw in there too.
Yeah,
Dr. Ziegler, thank you.
Thanks as always.
Thank you.